Well, it's quite a broad interest in obviously fetal diagnosis and therapy, and also because most of our patients 20 years ago used to say when my child was born, the pediatrician immediately found the problem and then they immediately thought about CMV, and I never heard about it during the pregnancy. So that was the trigger of a long-term interest. Yeah. I'm pleased that the answer this time is different from last time. In France, since June 2025, serological screening at the beginning of pregnancy is recommended by the National Health Agency. The dream for every infection to be prevented would be to get a vaccine. We had some very strong hopes because of what had been achieved for COVID due to the research, the preliminary research for CMV, but unfortunately that path now is closed because it didn't go anywhere with the mRNA vaccine. So I would like to share the enthusiasm of our colleague Marshlice for this still carry some hope, but that makes screening in early pregnancy and secondary prevention even more important to get interested in, because there is no excuse to wait for a vaccine. Well, obviously, the research now should focus on non-primary infection, which is still a black box, because I think for primary infection, we will make progress for sure in terms of secondary prevention and tertiary prevention, because this field of pharmacology is progressing. It's just to admit once and for all that pregnant women are just deserving the same care as other individuals. Today, they are probably the most neglected part of the population in terms of care, with an excuse to be careful, but it's not being careful, it's being a coward, and we need to be taking that more seriously. But otherwise, everything remains to be done on non-primary. We need to find markers of early infection for immune women.